So the question is, what do I do about insomnia? What kind of essential oils and things can I use for that? And this is a great area to use them in. So first off, with insomnia, if we look at what that is energetically, I have a little picture here, if you can kind of see this here, of a yin-yang symbol. Pretty common symbol if you're familiar with it. We have the light side is going to be yang and the dark side is yin. And what happens in insomnia is yin is very quiet, calm, peaceful, and yang is like awake, alive, active. And you get into a place where these are supposed to change into each other, and the yang is having a problem transforming into the yin. So all the activity in the body is having a hard time changing and transforming into the yin aspect. So the ability to attain and maintain a state of yin is what we want. That's our goal. Now with that, there's a number of different things that can be the root of insomnia. That's a little bit more than we're going to get into, but I'm going to show us some things that we can definitely try, and this is going to work in a lot of cases. So on that, the first thing that we're going to do is look for some essential oils that tonify yin or strengthen yin, help the yin aspect come out, which is again the cooling, the calm, peaceful state that we want. And 5 oils that are pretty common that you can use for that: sage, spikenard, coriander, lavender, and German chamomile. So any of those you can mix, you can match in there, you can use one single oil in there. That's several. Of course there are others, but those are just 5 that I think are pretty easy for most people to get. So once we have those, then we're going to dilute them down into some carrier oil, and there's some areas of the body that we can apply them to. So I have most of those oils right here, and I might choose, let's say spikenard is one. Spikenard is a super, super relaxing oil, and if you use this in massage, you may want to have somebody just like sit for a little while afterwards, and so they don't have to drive or something immediately. It's kind of that relaxing. So great choice. And coriander is another one that's just a beautiful, calming, cooling oil. I think I might use, let's say, coriander and lavender together is what I'm going to use today. They're going to smell beautiful and just really give us a nice, relaxing blend. So what I would do is take carrier oil, any kind of carrier oil. I might use jojoba, I have here coconut, sweet almond, whatever you have on hand. You're going to put a little bit in the bowl and put several drops of essential oil in. So for single use, if I'm just going to use this, make this up to use it right now, I would put maybe half a teaspoon of carrier oil and then 2 drops each. 2 drops of coriander, 2 drops of lavender. So 4 drops of essential oil in a 1-use time is pretty strong. If I was going to make this into a 1-ounce blend, which is this size bottle right here, I would use carrier oil and then use 20 to 24 drops total of essential oil. So on this, after mixing up the essential oil, the places that we're going to apply it on the body are going to be mainly to the inner wrist on both sides, and that would be taking and just rubbing it in really nicely. And there's an acupoint here on the inner wrist. Actually, there's several that are really, really calming. Calm the heart, quiet the heart. So if you just took the oil and rubbed it in here and rubbed it in on this side, that's one thing. You would do the same thing to the feet and use the around the ankle area, and especially the tops of the ankles and the inner ankles. And those 4 areas together can be really nice and calming. So if you are a massage therapist and you want to add this into a treatment, or maybe you want to do this at home on your family member, to do these first, the inner wrist, the inner ankles, and the top of the ankles, and then do a really nice application on the back, especially along the spine, and also just an entire foot massage and oh, just like a nice 10-15 minute long foot massage, it would be really hard for somebody to stay awake after that. What I'm going to do is also demonstrate here a really interesting ear acupressure massage that we can do. And I'm going to show you some points on that and show you a way that we can do that. And you can do this on yourself or on somebody else. So on the ear reflexology, we're going to use some areas here. And ear reflexology is really powerful. We use this in the acupuncture clinic, and you can go and get acupuncture for this. It works amazing. You can also use your hand and do acupressure on the same areas. So on here, there's a large number of acupoints that are on here. We're going to focus on different areas of the ear. So the areas for insomnia that we're going to look at are right here along this inner edge, and I'm going to demonstrate this and give you a close-up view of how to do this. We're going to be looking right in here. We're also going to be looking up on the inner ridge in this area. And one of the things that I found is that the area down here seems to be more generic if somebody's having a problem falling asleep. And the one up in this area seems to work a little bit better if somebody is more agitated and they're kind of tossing and turning, maybe have nightmares or something like that going on, but there's agitation going on with why they can't sleep. This one's a little bit better, and you can try them both. It won't hurt to do all of them. We're also going to come around the inner part of the ear here, and right over on this area, here's that little lump, kind of that little bump we have on the ear. Right at the bottom area of that is a really nice area for tranquilizing, and it's really calming. So that here. Also going to use the entire earlobe, and on that has tons of points that just go to the face and the head, the whole brain area, and it's extremely calming to the head. This area right here is going to be most important for somebody who thinks too much. So I can't get the thoughts to stop. The thoughts are going over and over and over, and they won't stop. I'm waking up and thinking about work and things like that. You definitely want to get the lobe area in. All right, let's go demonstrate that. Okay, so I have just a tiny bit of oil here. I'm going to put that on my fingers. And we're not going to put a lot of oil on the ear, but this is going to be really nice. I'm going to do both sides at the same time, which works really nice. You can do this on yourself also. And I'm going to start by just squeezing the lobe and kind of squeezing up around the whole ear. Come along the top here. You can also come in on the inside. And this feels really nice. I think I've only met one person before who got kind of freaked out by ear massage, which is fine. That's why you have all the other things that you can do if that happens. But if you like it, it's like, wow, we never pay that much attention to our ears. All right, so I'm going to start down here and really work the lobe area nicely, because remember, this goes to the entire head and brain area. And if we come up, here's that little inner notch right here. So at the bottom of that, just right in there, kind of where this goes onto the face, is the tranquilizer point, and that's a really nice one. You just kind of put your thumb in there and rub back and forth a little bit. I'm going to go back to the lobe again, and then coming up a little bit from that, right here on the ear where it starts to get a little fold here, right in that area. If you just take that kind of the edge of your thumbnail or your thumb, you have to have short fingernails, and just kind of go back and forth along this area right here. And if you just do it like this, sometimes I'll do it like this, and my son loves this. If he has a hard time going to sleep at night, he'll say, "Mom, can you do that ear thing on me?" And I'll just rub this about 24 times on each side, and then he's out. So just kind of take it, it shouldn't hurt at all. Just gently kind of scrape it. And then if we come up, the other area, again for agitation, is going to be more right in here. So some people will have a little bump on their ear, on the ridge right here, and it's right in that area where it starts to curve up at the top. Again, you can just kind of take and go back and forth there. And then rub it around, just kind of do what feels good. Come back, I like to come back to the lobe fairly often, and you want to do this up to about 5 minutes is really, really nice. So this is also an excellent way, ear massage that you can add into a massage if you're doing somebody's face and head, if you have somebody who has a really hard time settling down. Kind of leaving their work behind and transitioning into that relaxation mode. So again, from the lobe, I'm going to take and work the tranquilizer point. And then work my way up to that one insomnia point down at the bottom here. This is really nice and overall relaxing. And then kind of work my way up to the area for more agitated insomnia. And just a couple other nice things because it's a nice ear massage. And there you have it. In order to help change yang into yin, we're going to do a QiGong exercise, and this was great to do either right before bed, or you can also do it even while you're in bed. And what it does is the heart area is fire and it's very yang, and the dantian below the navel is yin. This is the water element, and it's very quiet and cooling. So one thing is if you breathe down here, that can help to strengthen the yin aspect. We're going to do a QiGong exercise called joining fire and water that takes and it brings the yin energy up and it quiets the yang, and then the yang calms down. So that's kind of the emphasis there. And this is really nice and gentle, moving with your breath. And what we're going to do is take our hands and start here, and we're going to bring that water, inhale, bring the water up, cool the yang, quiet the yang, and then let the yang settle down. And inhale up, exhale down. Just keep on moving with your own rhythm, your own breath. And you can do this anywhere from 8 to 24 times, and if it feels really good, up to 5 minutes. Have a good night.